Mr. Greminger, thank you very much for joining us. It's been a lot discussed today at the Astana International Forum that multilateralism is a key factor now in our world. How would you describe the current situation of foreign affairs and global affairs for right now, and how your university adapts to this global tension that we live in, please?
Well, I think we find ourselves right now in a world that is extremely fragmented. Policy approaches seem to be inspired by disruption.
Right.
And I think there is extremely low predictability. And I think we need to prepare security professionals for this kind of world and have them face this world with an open mind, with a lot of flexibility, with a readiness, to then also deal with the unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, specifically when it comes to our course offerings, clearly we constantly amend the courses to emerging demand. What we are currently doing is, for instance, focus more on the nexus between security and emerging technologies, AI, quantum, biotech, human augmentation. These are challenges that I think future security professionals need to be able to deal with. But then also geopolitics and geoeconomics is an issue that is in high demand. So we try to adapt to that. But then, speaking of my center's activities, we also try to respond to the fact that there is less and less dialogue among key stakeholders on very important issues of peace and security. So we have been developing quite a comprehensive portfolio of track 2 diplomacy, basically providing informal spaces for experts, government officials, to talk to each other, in safe spaces where they're not exposed to media public scrutiny, and we've been doing that on European security, global security, arms control. We do quite a bit on U.S.-Russian relations, U.S.-China relations, China-Europe relations.
Right. What programs would you advise for Central Asian states, and in particular Kazakhstan, to be studied, to be, paid attention to our Kazakh diplomats that could be studied at your university?
We have an impressive number of Kazakh alumni, and we are extremely happy that we constantly get excellent candidates for our advanced courses from Kazakhstan. They're very committed. They're engaging, open-minded. They come from a region where regional cooperation is relevant, and they're aware of that. And since we want to promote, a cooperative security mindset, I think people with these kinds of mindsets are important.
Yeah. How would you see the role of our region, Central Asia, in global affairs right now? Since there are many things that are going on, taking into account also this, trade wars that are happening between the big powers. How would middle powers should behave in these cases?
I think there are two things that I would like to say. First, obviously, there is still a huge potential for regional cooperation in Central Asia itself. And I think here Kazakhstan is extremely well positioned and is also, perceived to be a regional leader. So there is an expectation that, you promote this regional cooperation agenda. Mm-hmm. And since I've been dealing with the region for quite some time, I clearly see a positive trend.
Yeah.
But I think there is still a lot of potential. Mm-hmm. But you're talking about middle powers.
Yeah.
And here I think Kazakhstan is an excellent case in point. In a world that is characterized by polarization, great power rivalry, I think we need actors that are bridge builders, that don't align with great powers, that try to occupy the middle ground. We need actors like Kazakhstan that believe in multilateral institutions. I mean, clearly, multilateral institutions are in deep crisis for many reasons, and we need countries, champions that believe in reforming, in making these institutions fit for purpose again. And I think here countries like Kazakhstan have an extremely important role to play.
And Mr. Greminger, the very last question, what would be the picture of perfect diplomats from Kazakhstan look like for you?
I think a perfect Kazakh diplomat is somebody, that is open-minded, listens to everybody with respect, does not quickly buy into specific national narratives, but tries to remain independent-minded, impartial, inclusive.
Yeah.
These are, by the way, the three principles of my center: impartiality, independence, and inclusivity. And I think, a diplomat that has an understanding not only for public diplomacy but also for traditional silent diplomacy. I think both are necessary in the 21st century.
And do Kazakh diplomats correspond to these ideas?
I think I do see. I have a Kazakh permanent representative in Geneva that I would say corresponds very much with this image.
Thank you very much. I hope many students still will be studying at your university.
I hope so too. Thank you so much.
Thank you.